Hello, my fellow seekers of wisdom and insight. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt the need to beg a woman for something? Love, respect, or attention? It's a common impulse, but hold on a minute before you send that text or get down on your knees with pleading eyes. Let's pause and talk about this important topic that affects all of us. Grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's explore why begging might not be the best course of action when it comes to creating wholesome, fulfilling relationships. But before we get started, please subscribe so that you never miss out on any of my essential stuff. I'll personally welcome you to our community. All right, let's start with point 1. Courtesy. The concept of respect cannot be demanded or assumed. Rather, it is something that must be earned via continuous acts and behaviors. Begging for respect is akin to attempting to collect water with a sieve. Begging for respect is a symptom of insecurity and low self-confidence, which can actually make people less respectful of us because it implies that we haven't done enough to earn it. Even more, let's concentrate on fostering respect via our deeds. This entails showing others compassion, understanding, and kindness. It also involves being dependable, trustworthy, and true to our word when we exhibit these attributes on a regular basis. Respect comes naturally because it is a two-way street. One must show respect in order to receive it. Point 2. Love is a lovely thing, but it is also pure. Let's focus on cultivating love through mutual respect, understanding, and communication. Love grows in an environment of trust, support, and appreciation. When we beg for love, we are essentially devaluing ourselves and our worth. It also undermines the genuine feelings that should accompany love and can create a sense of obligation rather than true affection. Point 3. Time is one of the most precious commodities we have, and begging for someone's time can lead to resentment and frustration, because when we beg for someone's time, we're essentially demanding their attention without considering their own priorities and commitments. This can create feelings of guilt and obligation rather than genuine connection. Instead, let's respect each other's time by communicating openly and honestly about our needs and priorities. Love blossoms when both parties feel valued and cherished for who they are. As we approach time with mutual respect and understanding, our relationships can flourish without the need for pleading or compulsion. Let's strive to emphasize quality time together while simultaneously acknowledging the value of individual space and autonomy. Point 4. Begging for attention is a surefire way to get it. Attention should be freely given based on genuine interest and connection, not begged for or demanded. When we do this, we're essentially looking to other people for validation and approval instead of building our own self-worth and confidence. Instead, let's concentrate on effectively communicating our needs for attention in relationships. This means being honest and open with one another without using coercion or manipulation. It also means finding healthy ways to interact with one another and strengthen our bond. When attention is given freely and willingly, it's much more meaningful and fulfilling than when it's given point. May I request a brief favor? Please hit the like button if you appreciate what you're hearing. Additionally, if you want to be informed about our amazing forthcoming videos, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you can never miss out. Oh, and just to let you know, please leave a fast I subscribe in the comments section, and I'll be sure to extend a warm welcome to you in our amazing family. Okay, everything okay. Enough of that. Let's go on to item 5. Trust. Begging for trust is messy and rarely successful, like attempting to put together a broken vase. Beseeching for the restoration of broken trust can frequently cause more harm than good, since trust is a delicate bond. While it makes sense to need trust, pleading for it might actually damage it more because it can come out as clumsy or false. Instead, let's concentrate on reestablishing trust with sincerity, openness, and regularity over time. One gains trust by acting with dependability and integrity. When we prioritize honesty and consistency, trust follows naturally, and forgiveness comes after. Point 6. It's about being true when we say we will and keeping our word. While it's normal to want forgiveness when we've seen someone in need, Pleading for forgiveness is a delicate dance that frequently ends in disappointment and may not result in a true reunion. More than simply words, true forgiveness means accepting accountability for our deeds and putting out real effort to make amends rather than pleading for pardon. Let's concentrate on owning up to our errors and expressing sincere regret. It involves admitting the hurt we've caused, hearing the other person out, and taking proactive steps to make things right when we approach forgiveness with humility and sincerity. Sincere reconciliation is now achievable. Points validation. While it's normal to look to others for affirmation, attempting to fill a bucket with a leaking hose is a never-ending loop that leaves us feeling empty and disappointed. Begging for anything can be harmful to our feeling of worth and self-worth, since it places our value in the hands of other people rather than acknowledging our own intrinsic worth. Let's concentrate on building self-worth, and self-validation from within is about developing confidence in our skills, values, and identity. When we validate ourselves, we become less dependent on outside validation and more resilient in the face of criticism. True validation comes from accepting ourselves completely, flaws and all, and realizing our own worth independent of others' opinions. Point 8. Seeking commitment is like attempting to push a puzzle piece into the wrong slot. It just doesn't fit, rather than being forced or demanded. Commitment should be freely given and mutually agreed upon. When we beg for someone to commit, we are essentially taking their autonomy for security and reassurance. Instead, let's work to foster mutual commitment through open communication and shared values. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. It's about being willing to support one another's development and well-being without using compulsion or manipulation. When commitment is freely offered and returned, a relationship is much more meaningful and long-lasting. Point of independence. Begging for independence is exhausting and ultimately ineffective, much like trying to cage a bird. It is crucial to preserve a sense of individuality and freedom within relationships without depending on the other person for validation or fulfillment. Instead, let's focus on fostering independence within ourselves and our partners. Independence is a fundamental component of healthy relationships, and begging for it can undermine the very autonomy we're seeking. A balance between proximity and personal space, where each person is free to follow their own interests and objectives, is the foundation of effective relationships. In summary, it is evident that placing bets on specific things from women is not only unproductive, but also harmful to the longevity and well-being of relationships. It is important to respect and encourage each other's personal growth, while also acknowledging and appreciating each other's need for independence. Honor, love, time, care, forgiveness, and validation in order to have a fulfilling partnership. Commitment and independence are all necessary, but they cannot be coerced or begged for. Rather, they must be fostered through genuine communication, mutual understanding, and respect for both partners and ourselves. With that said, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments. Until the next time, take care of yourself and keep working toward happy, fulfilling relationships.